July 2025 was a big month for amapiano. The streets were blessed with fresh music, hot collaborations, and chart-topping projects. But as the dust settled, things took a darker turn. Old wounds seemed to haven't healed, and behind the hits and hype, some artists were left unpaid. When I first heard whispers about unpaid royalties, my mind immediately went to Duppy. Because let's be honest, when it comes to royalty drama, DJ Maparisa's name is never too far. Whether it's those shady credit claims or popping up with 3 different names on Melindo's album, Pori always finds a way to stay in the mix. But this time, I was wrong. This time, the streets weren't pointing fingers at Pori. This time, it was Mr. Simnandi himself, DJ Jaivane, caught up in a royalty scandal that has fans divided and the industry questioning its own integrity. Well, if you don't know who DJ Jaivane is, let me break it down for you. He's not just a DJ, he's one of the most respected pioneers of private school piano, a subgenre of amapiano that lives in the underground. It's not commercial, it's not about hype. It's about purity, emotion, and deep musicality. And Jaivane, he's been holding that flag high since day one. He's the man behind the rise of some of your favorite amapiano stars. Before the fame and the Spotify numbers, he introduced us to names like Young Stunna, Scott's Mapuma, Leemckrazy, and T-Man Express. Artists who now dominate the mainstream, but never forgot where they started. Simnandi Records. And it's not just about the past. Today, Simnandi Records still has a long list of artists under its banner, but behind the smiles and Instagram posts, many of them aren't happy. The issue? Unpaid royalties. Again, ever since DJ Jaivane dropped his album on the 31st of July, cracks started to show. One by one, artists began speaking out, some subtly, others directly, about not being paid, not being credited, or being sidelined after years of loyalty. It all started when Slenda Vocals, one of Simnandi's own, went live on Facebook.
Ka lockdown daman natla mo asiana ko lu ne stata etla mo studio mo atikirile motho a ronya go bereka ona beno no ke nyaka sakaka ke flop.
On that live stream, Slenda Vocals didn't hold back. He spoke about being sidelined, underappreciated, and most explosively, not receiving any royalties for their hit track by DJ Jaivane and Record L. Jones, featuring himself. A song that made serious waves, but apparently didn't pay the people who made it happen. Some fans weren't fully convinced about Slenda Vocals' live stream. In fact, a few believed the whole thing might have been a PR stunt to build hype for DJ Jaivane's new album, which had just dropped on the 31st of July. Things got serious real quick. As Slenda's live stream made the rounds, fans began calling DJ Jaivane out directly. The comment sections were on fire, demanding answers, receipts, and accountability. For someone known to move in like that for years, Jaivane suddenly found himself trending for all the wrong reasons. Then, just hours later, Jaivane posted something to his Instagram story with the caption, "Off to Pretoria to pay the gents." In the video that followed, it looked like DJ Jaivane had settled the payments, but the mood, awkward, no smiles, no celebration, just uncomfortable silence. Turns out, it wasn't Slenda Vocals who sparked the fire. It was actually Record L. Jones who broke the silence first. One day before Slenda went live, Record L. Jones had already posted a cryptic but powerful message on Facebook. In that post, he accused Jaivane of threatening him with a lawsuit, allegedly for speaking out about unpaid royalties. He made it clear he wasn't going to fold. He wasn't about to settle for peanuts, especially after putting in serious work on one of Simnandi's biggest songs. In the middle of the back and forth, he shared a WhatsApp voice note, allegedly between him and Jaivane, as Jaivane barely responded, brushing off the royalty conversation like it was nothing.
Actually, DJ Jaivane, I hope that you got breath from me. I was checking on you because of like, looks but again, the royalties are because of Gabon and Sendezi. It's a bit on Sendezi consolation. So we never sat down and talk about Tababu Shabit. So now I prefer the like Ulo Sendaning Zaga, Chonsar Krabkai, Chonsuiraling statement because of no ego 7 million. If it's a fit of 7 million streams, go Spotify. I'll send you the stats if ever I have to, and then I look iTunes and stuff. So I just wanted clarity on that, and then I could like the bill. I'm humbling myself right now, talking to you or the braff and me. Like you've been a great help in my life on Pusha and everything. So Niki Butsauri, ka busha bethu dintsha wa ntlhaloganya khopela mpotso gore dintshang, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, khopela response and then the khona bolela, so tla mpotsa gore dintshang.
As things started to come to light, the image of Simnandi Records, more artists like Amu Classic and others released statements, pulling back the curtain on years of silence, frustration, and unpaid royalties. They didn't hold back as they released official statement demanding outstanding royalties from the label, specifically for their work on major Simnandi projects like One for the World, The Piano Way, From Soweto to the World, and multiple singles and collaborations they contributed to as part of ATK Music. After Jaivane posted, "Off to Pretoria to pay the gents," Leemckrazy came forward. He posted directly, calling Jaivane out publicly to pay him and other in Soweto after paying Pretoria gents. Leemckrazy wasn't just a random artist throwing shade. He was once signed under Simnandi Records. Under Jaivane, he dropped critically acclaimed music and even released a beautiful project that helped put him on the map. But despite the success, he eventually left the label, walking away with Scott's Mapuma to join forces with Mellow and Sleazy under the fast-rising powerhouse Gipa Entertainment. Gipa Entertainment dropped a new track featuring Leemckrazy and Scott's Mapuma. On the surface, it looked like just another hard-hitting street banger, but to fans who knew the backstory, it sounded like a warning shot to Jaivane. As more artists started coming forward, the story took an even darker turn, because now it wasn't just about unpaid royalties. For some, it was about not being credited at all. Artists who spent hours in the studio with Jaivane helping craft the records we now call amapiano classics are finally speaking up. And just when the storm seemed to be reaching its peak, Young Stunna stepped in, quiet, brief, and powerful. In a now-deleted Facebook post, Young Stunna finally shared his experience with Simnandi Records, the label that helped introduce him to the world. He didn't name names, he didn't rent. But what he said spoke volumes. He said he chose peace over revenge, but justice must be served to the boys who are now going through hell with Simnandi. To the public, everything between Young Stunna and DJ Jaivane always seemed respectful, quiet, professional. But behind the scenes, there was a silent war brewing. It all started when Young Stunna made a bold move, leaving Simnandi Records to sign with Kabza Small's Piano Hub.
Nakho-ke manje uStana tukutuku aboskruf. Nkule nskruf, you know them.
Yeah, no nkule.
Nkule nskruf angazi badiyemile nani. Stunna nangu uyovakashela ama-out. Why signed?
Okay.
Uye Midlands uvakashela ama-out mnandi sharp base studio angazi mina. How 2 minutes sekiwa kuKabza.
So at this point was Skruf and Kule already at Piano Hub?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now from Midlands sekiwa kuKabza. How? Stunna makafika lapha obviously kuKabza, you must
Music,
show
energy, yeah.
Yeah, you must show.
Yeah.
You tell me kuKabza.
Yeah.
Sasibona thina kuma WhatsApp. Stunna lo. Awu. Nyambu.
With the heat rising and his name trending for all the wrong reasons, DJ Jaivane finally broke his silence, sitting down with Piano Pulse to clear the air. In the interview, he denied the allegations, downplayed the royalty disputes, and painted the situation as miscommunication rather than mistreatment. To his supporters, it was Jaivane reclaiming his narrative, but to others, it felt like damage control. And one person who didn't seem convinced at all, Young Stunna. Shortly after the interview aired, Stunna reacted with a string of laughing emojis on social media. Earlier this year, fans were hopeful. DJ Jaivane and Young Stunna had seemingly made peace, two pioneers who once built magic under Simnandi Records, finally putting the past behind them. But it looks like that hope didn't last long.